What is going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back again with another reaction. Spurs have beaten Crystal Palace 1-0 at Selhurst Park to see out 2025 with 3 points and climb to the dizzying heights of 11th in the table. I'm here with Marlon from Spurs Kings TV to react to that performance and that win and the 3 points. Marlon, wasn't an easy watch at times, but Palace is not an easy place to go as well. You know, it's a tough team to play against, and what better teams than us have gone there and struggled. So you can never take a win there for granted, can you?
No. And the thing is, if I looked at this game at the beginning of the week, I'd have said I was worried. I didn't really know what game plan we were going to go into it. I did see a stat that Glasner doesn't like playing when he's got possession, like Palace do tend to struggle. And I was thinking, is Thomas Frank really going to go to Selhurst Park, give up possession, and get a win on the counter-attack? Well, he got a win by a set piece. He's pretty much, if that was his game plan, and I want to say it probably was his game plan, he's got away with it. And it's a great win. It's a good win. It's a very, very good win. And I'm happy that we've won because you have to stop the losing right sometimes. It's our last game of the year as well in 2025. It's not been the best year as well, apart from the Europa League win. So I'm more than happy to take that game. I know that everyone wants to see a different type of football. They want to see everything else. But what I'm thinking is what I've seen from Brentford and what I've seen from Thomas Frank. This is it for me. I've said this for a while. Thomas Frank is not going to offer us much more. Even if you get given the players, I don't think we're going to see more of an attacking style that people are asking for. But I look at the performance today, I'd probably say it's a smash and grab. But would I say we deserve to win it? I'd probably go, yeah, we probably did. In some sense, we probably did deserve to win it by a goal to goal. Because it's two, like I think someone pointed out when in the watch along, 2 goals ruled out for offside, which were marginal. Okay, on another day, if VAR ain't there, I think the linesman don't put his flag up for both. And then
he didn't.
Yeah, we didn't put up his flag for both. And then Odegaard hits the post, and that's like that could have been one of those good. We'd be saying if we won it 4-0, we'd probably sit here and go, actually, that was a great performance.
Yeah, so, on the flip side, Kwa has a chance, Defeni has a chance, Guehi has a chance. To be fair, I think most of the chances we conceded were probably set pieces.
Yeah, they were.
Like a lot of them were corners and throw-ins that came in and caused a lot of chaos. I thought Pino was causing us quite a lot of trouble down that side.
We wasn't terrible. Like we've seen some performances in the last month where we've been absolutely shocking. And I think today is not a performance to sit there and say we played great. It's a performance to sit there and say we got the job done. And as long as the job got done and we've got 3 points and we're going back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium with 3 points and we're not looking over our shoulder, we can start looking the other way. Not yet. We'll maybe start looking the other way. We just got to take it.
Yeah, and I think it's a good win. Definitely a good win. And as I said before, you can't just always expect to go to a place like Selhurst Park and it to be easy all the time and you concede no chances. So away from home, credit to the team. They did hold strong and obviously they got the win that they needed. And I think to say we deserved the win, I'm not so sure if we deserved it. Probably a draw would have been a fair result in my book.
I know you. Yeah, I can see why you think that.
Still on the balance of play, I think a draw was a fair result. But I think the game went pretty much as I thought it would.
But I'm thinking from their chances, and this is why I'm thinking that we probably from the chances that both teams had. Did Palace have a chance where we go, apart from that Devaney one where if it sat for him correctly, he probably puts it away. Did they have a chance you go, you should have put that away? Yeah,
Lacroix probably had one.
No, I don't. Like for me, that was a week. It was a week. Like you get most of them. Like he's a defender, it's a header, and Mawani had it last week, and I don't see them chances as you should be put. I get what people are saying because they're at the level, but you don't see them chances going in, week out. So for me,
but then you're counting the Odegaard when he hits the post as a chance.
Yeah, true. I can give you that, but I'm probably counting 2 offside ones as well, though.
Yeah, which were tight. And look, those were quite well worked as well.
Yes, I think that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was we had some well. I think because of that last 20 minutes of that second half, and you said this would happen, that we'd start getting more and more on Palace because they'd start to struggle because they were starting to feel a bit tired, and I just felt Odegaard just came into his own.
Yeah, I think that's something that Frank did very well in this game in terms of, first of all, I think the game plan was definitely to give Palace possession, because I think you look at the possession stats today. I don't know for sure. I would guess, if I look at the stats, this was Palace's highest possession percentage they've had the whole season.
Yeah, because at one point it was at 71 to 29%, wasn't it?
So this season their highest has been 56. So today was 62. So quite significantly higher. Yeah. So I think, to me, that tells me this was a intentional game plan from Frank. Give them the possession, ask them the questions, and hit them on the counter. And I would say in the first half, didn't work that well. We really did struggle to come out, and although Palace had moments, they didn't have any clear-cut opportunities, you would say, in that first half. No. Mateta maybe had a header, which went over the bar, had a few shots on the edge of the box.
Everything just seemed to fall to them in that first half. And
but to be fair, if anyone was going to score, it looked like it was going to be
Palace,
We had that VAR goal ruled out from Richarlison.
Against the run of play.
Which was definitely against the run of play. It was a really well-worked goal, though, between Berg, Valkudis, Porro, and a good ball into Rishi, who obviously scored but was offside. So that got ruled out. And then we did probably grow into it as the half went on.
I felt like the goal gave us a little bit of confidence there. Yeah,
it gave us a little bit of extra something to hang on. It gave us something to hang on to in that second half. I wouldn't say based on the first half we deserved to be in the lead. Well, we got in the lead.
No. I agree with that.
We got in the lead. The corner comes in. Moani does really well to keep it alive. Yep. Rishi heads it on, and Archie Gray's there for his first goal on a Tottenham shirt inside the 6-yard box, just as you were hating on him. Saying he's
literally just criticising him.
And he goes and scores the winning goal today. So that header, nice moment from him. Good positioning, good header. We had the lead, probably a bit undeserved, but we got it. And then second half, I would say, definitely for the first, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, we were under the cosh.
Till he made the subs.
Till he made the subs. I think they were under the cosh. They were the ones probably who had the better chances. In fact, I don't think we had a shot until the last 15 minutes.
No, the first shot was in Odegaard's post, wasn't it?
Odegaard had a shot from outside the box.
Yeah.
That was, I can tell you when that was. So that was on 73. That was our first shot of the second half.
Which, on the balance of play, was probably spot on.
So I think this game went exactly as I predicted, but obviously I predicted us to draw, but I thought we would have conceded. We didn't concede. But in terms of how the game went, it went pretty much as I thought, is that as the game goes on, we're going to grow more into it, because Palace have really struggled to balance 2 games a week, and they've struggled to keep up that energy for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And as the game wore on, they were going to tire. Then I thought it was clever from Frank, first of all, keep them on the ball, and then bring on Johnson, bring on Odegaard, bring on Paulinho as well.
Paulinho was the important
I think those subs really made a difference, because as Palace are tiring, right, and they've got more of the ball, we're in a bit of a lower block, mid-block.
Which means they're going to give the ball to Paulinho.
Exactly, and they're going to have to be more incisive, right? Because we're denying them space. So as they're going to get more incisive, as they're tiring, Paulinho's just going to gobble up those passes. And if any sort of mistake or anything, there's Paulinho jumping on it. And then very quickly we're getting the ball to Johnson and to Odegaard, and they were causing a lot of problems. And I thought Richie was doing quite well holding the ball up and doing.
He played okay.
Stuff. I thought he did well. I thought it was a really good game. I thought it was really unlucky not to be on the score sheet as well today, Rishi. I thought he had a pretty positive game for me up front. He was one of my positives. I think Frank probably would say managed the game pretty well, considering how in terms of the 90 minutes, putting the overall performance to one side, in terms of managing the game,
he managed it.
I think he managed it quite well.
This is where you have to give him credit.
In the key moments, he made the subs and they made a real difference.
This is where you go. This is what Thomas Frank earns his money for. When your back is up against the wall a little bit, and we have been on this losing run, and then you go to somewhere like Palace, and like we said, they were going to tire because of how many games they've been playing. You have to manage it very well, and I think Thomas Frank deserves a bit of credit there. No matter how bad the performance was at times and the passes weren't cohesive enough, he still managed the subs well. He managed who came on well, and we've ended up coming out at 3 points and a clean sheet.
Yeah, exactly. So I think definitely credit there, and I think the way we ended the game. Obviously, we definitely ended the game really.
Oh, we ended
strongly.
the brighter team, yeah.
Definitely, and probably
we went proper defensive then.
yeah, but we
we
definitely
left.
should have killed the game with
Yeah.
some of the chances we had, and we had a lot of openings which probably we could have done better with. I would say. Which, yeah, from that point of view, considering we're 1-0 up, we defended our lead, and we obviously had some chance on the counter late in the game to kill it off. It could have it could have easily been a 2-0 and a more comfortable victory. In the second half. However, despite the positivity that we've just laid out, good win and well managed, I can't sit here and get excited by the manner of the performance for large parts of that game, because for the first half, we didn't have a shot on target until the goal that we scored. I
Correct.
think.
Yeah,
and in fact, I don't think we had a real chance at all. I mean, we had a goal ruled out from VAR. But at the end of the day, that is offside, and that's rightly ruled out. That's the rules. And we didn't really do much on the ball. In fact, we were looking really bad again, to be honest. We struggled to hold the ball. I get the plan was to be more counter-attacking in this game specifically and not have the ball. So I do get that. But still, even within that, you've got to look a lot better on the ball than we did.
And I think that's the problem. We're not looking good on the ball. And this is where you come down and go, is it the players or is it the management, the way he's asking the team to play, to the reason why they're not being very good on the ball? They're giving it away a lot. And they're not making like a lot of the players are not making great decisions when they're on it. Mm-hmm. But you get to the point where we scored the goal where I think Bergvall has it to Moani brings it down, and that's a good piece of play. But we rarely saw that in that first half.
Yeah,
and that's the biggest problem right now. The passing in the team, and the problem is the reason why we're complaining about the passing today is because if you go and look at the last 8 games, 10 games, it's been the passing throughout, and this can't be just. We can't be just the players. It must be something tactically or what we're doing in possession to the reason why a lot of these passes are being misplaced and they're turning into mistakes, which are turning into goals.
Exactly. So I think on the ball was more kind of the same for a lot of it, to be honest. Apart from what I would say, we definitely looked a lot better on the counter in the last stage of this game than we have in a lot of games this season. So that was a positive step. But yeah, first half, we probably shouldn't have been 1-0 up. We were a bit lucky with that, but we did go in at half-time 1-0 up. But I would say performance was still really poor in that first half. I would say it was better in the second half. But on the flip side of that, if Palace would have equalised in the opening half an hour, I don't think anyone could have complained.
No, I think me and you both said when we were doing the watch along that if Palace would have equalised, we're both not looking there going we're surprised.
Yeah,
because they just look like
against run of play or anything, would it?
They look like they were the better team. They had the better chances at that point, and it wasn't until the substitution of Kudos until Odebear came on that we started to look slightly, especially when Brendan Johnson came on and Archie Gray went in the 10, by the way, when he came out of midfield. That we actually started. I thought if we'd have ended it 2-0, I think on the last half an hour I said it was probably deserved. As a whole game, Palace fans will probably come out of that game going, you know what, we've played better than them and we've lost 1-0. So they can't, out of all the
and you probably say if Palace didn't play Arsenal on Tuesday, they probably get something out of this game.
Yeah, probably, maybe.
But that's the lay of the land, that's it.
Yeah,
we played them you can only play what's in front of you, and I think Palace have clearly shown this season they've struggled when they have to play multiple games in a week.
Didn't they play Thursday, Saturday evening? Was it Saturday evening last week?
Against Leeds, yeah. Thursday, Saturday, Tuesday.
Which, at the end of the day, I'm not surprised I saw that kind of performance from. But they were good.
Yeah, they were good for the
large part. The thing is, considering that was their, where they were this week, you got to give them credit where credit's due. And I thought, if Palace could have scored today, I don't think any of us would be complaining.
Yeah. So we got the win. We did see out the game. We actually did, I think, ended the game last 15 minutes pretty strong and could have killed the game off and made it 2-0. We're probably lucky to make it to that point. It was still 1-0 up, I would say. Yeah. So from that point of view, I feel
like if you'd have brought on Brendan Johnson, Tell and Odebear as the front three to make it pacey, because I know Richardson's not pacey, I think we'd have scored a second. Because they were literally hanging on. They couldn't really deal with the pace.
In terms of just individuals, I thought Richie had a pretty good game. I did. I thought he had 2 good finishes offside, which was unlucky. Very close, both of them. First one actually wasn't him offside, but he might have been.
It
anyway.
might have been. We think he was, yeah.
He played quite well, I thought, today, especially in the second half. I thought he held the ball up well. He got an assist as well on the day, and he was unlucky not to be on the score sheet. I thought Odebear had a really good cameo.
Odebear played a really good game, and I'm someone who's criticised Odebear, but I think what I'm looking at now with Odebear, looking at it with my eyes and seeing what he's been doing, he is so much better when he doesn't start. I feel like when he comes on and the other team's tiring out, he seems to come into his own a little bit. So I'm going to give him credit where credit's due again, because against Manchester United, the same thing happened, didn't he? He came on and proved to be like he played really well, and I think there's a couple games more this season where he's done that. So Odebear, really, really well. I think he was our best player today, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I thought he came on and was really bright. So that was good. Johnson looked fairly bright when he came on as well. I thought Paulini had a really good cameo. Bergvall had a really good performance for the first hour or so before he went off injured. I was quite happy with his performance.
Happy with him. I was a bit it was a bit up and down for me, but I understood why you thought he played well. I got it. And I was, because the whole team was so bad, I just couldn't really say he had a good game, if that makes sense. But he was, when he got on the ball and when he was doing things, and the one touches that he was doing, he did play quite well.
I thought he played well. I thought both centre-backs had good games. I thought Danso definitely in the early parts was struggling against Mateta, but I think once he got to grips with him,
he played really well once he got. He played really well once he got to grips with Mateta, because after, I think once we scored, that was it. I don't remember Mateta doing much after that. Everything fell to Devaney.
He seemed to lose a bit of influence in that second half. Mateta.
Yeah.
Van der Ven was pretty faultless, so that was good. Yeah. Overall, it's a good day. It's a good way to end the year.
Yeah.
And it's a positive result.
We won.
And we did win. Can't take those for granted anymore. Am I delighted with the performance? No. Was it good enough to win? Well, we did. So there you go. We got the win. We got 3 points. The table's looking a lot better now than it was yesterday, or before the game, I should say. Tottenham currently sitting 11th in the table, and we are only 4 points now off Chelsea in 5th. So that is still very congested, isn't it? So you just never know. You go on, you see what Villa are doing. I know they've gone on a crazy run of wins, but it just shows 3-4 wins in a row, and you're right up there.
The question is for you is, you're saying that, but the way you think we're playing at the moment, do you see where those 3 or 4 wins? Could you see those 3 or 4
I don't see us winning 3 or 4 wins in a row playing like we did today.
Okay.
However, Brentford at home was good when we won that game.
Yeah, so
obviously Slavia was okay. Liverpool, we showed a bit of fight. Today we obviously ground out the win and in difficult circumstances. So,
and it's maybe the GTEC Stadium next, where I don't think we've lost yet.
Yeah, maybe not.
We've been beaten at home by Brentford, but not away. So
we got a lot of draws, I think.
Yeah, we've got a lot of draws and 2 wins in it.
So maybe we can start building on something. But the last time I got very excited about building on a momentum, we went to Forest and we got absolutely schmeiced, and it was horrible. So I don't want to get too ahead of myself, and I think it's important for fans to acknowledge what they're seeing rather than just looking at the result and thinking, wow, great, step in the right direction, how good we are. Like, let's be honest about what we're seeing. It was hard to watch for most of this game, but it's a win. And we got the win over the line.
I think for us and a lot of Spurs fans right now, especially after Nottingham Forest, you'll take a game like that today.
Yeah, true. And we got the job done. By the next time we play, the transfer window will be open. I don't know if we'll have anyone in place for the for that game, but let's hope we start to get some signings for the door, upgrade this squad. But I think today it also showed that there is talent there. Like you could see it on the pitch. There are players there who are capable a lot more than what we've shown, in my opinion. So I think there were some positives. I still think the level of performance is nowhere near where we need it. But we got the win. It's very similar to a lot of the wins we got early in the season.
Yeah. Yeah,
In fact, although I would say we're probably a bit more lucky today than we were in those wins.
Yeah, because I always
Everton,
said
we weren't great, but we won 3-0, and I thought we were worse today than we were in that game.
Yeah, I think I've only said we've played really well in 2 games this season, Premier League wise. Brentford at home and Man City away. Because I fought against Burnley, and I remember saying this.
I agree.
We were so open that if Burnley were a better team, I think it could have been 3-3 or something like that.
It wasn't like we created loads.
No. So because everyone uses Burnley as an example, and I was like, I don't think we were great against Burnley. And actually, Bournemouth did exactly what Burnley should have done to us. So, apart from those 2 games, I've been trying to think, there's not many more I could shout about. But if I'm taking that performance today, but if we're going to be talking here in April and I'm still seeing those performances,
that's the thing.
That's the question.
Frank needed that today, didn't he? A win, just 3 points.
He just needed 3 points.
That was. Sometimes it takes a win like this as well, just gain
on,
confidence and gain a bit of momentum. It sometimes needs that at the start of it. I've seen it before with teams, like they get a few unconvincing wins, but then confidence builds and all of a sudden,
because they're winning.
Exactly.
Winning breeds confidence.
But I guess you'd say not that he was really close to the sack anyway, but is that buying more time with you, or?
I'll be honest. I've always said he's got to have to the end of the season because, again, I've never been a fan of his football. However, if you start giving him a few transfer windows, and I know a lot of people said you can't trust him, we can see it already, and I get that argument, but if you don't, what's going to happen when the next manager comes in? He's got to work with these players, and it does take 2 or 3 windows, and sometimes I know we're asking Spurs fans to be patient. And we are the most patient bunch you can get. But I feel like a lot of us, and this is where Levy's been in our minds for too long, we're very Levy'd at the moment. Because if this was Levy right now, I think a lot of people say he would have been sacked by now. This is where we've got our patience from. And I'm not going to sit there and say Frank's the man who's going to take us forward. But if the club is going to start doing stuff correctly, you have to just give it a year. As long as we're not going to get relegated, just give it a year, because who knows? He might actually start. We gave how long if this was Pochettino, and I know the only reason I'm talking about because Poch at the beginning, I think everyone forgets these first 6 months were terrible, but we saw a clear direction of what he was trying to do, and that's the difference. Where Frank, we're not seeing that, but let's see how these. I'll give him towards the end of the year. From getting smashed against Arsenal and the way he played against Chelsea, I will never forgive him for that. There'll be a lot. He has to do a lot to get me back on side, but I don't want him to be sacked until I've seen a season.
Okay,
that's just me.
That's fair. For me, I don't think much has changed based off what I've seen today. To be honest, I can't really say this was like a massive step in the right direction or anything like that. It was probably better than a lot of some games we have seen this season for sure. But it was also very similar to a lot of games that we've seen, especially in possession. Yeah. Although I would say his management of the game was probably better today than it has been in other games. And, the subs were made much more of an impact, so that was good. So in terms of how we are on the ball, it might well have been a tactic to give Palace the ball. I don't mind that too much today. But it still doesn't excuse how awful we do look on the ball for large parts.
We're not far behind Chelsea, though. We're not far behind Chelsea.
We are not. We are not. So maybe we can close that gap. Who knows? Let's hope we can start going on a winning run.
Mind the gap,
I still want to see more from us.
Yeah.
But we got the win. But let me know in the comment section below, what did you think of today's performance? Did we deserve the win? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. But now is your chance to have your say. It is the post-match fan show. Link is currently pinned